Hello everyone. In today's episode of No Sweet Talk, I, Dr. Priyanka Singh, postgraduate student from the Department of Pediatric and Preventive Dentistry, will be continuing with the next question answer sessions with our own Dr. Ashwin Javadekar sir, professor and head of our department. Without much delay, let us start with the first question. How much sugar is too much sugar?
How much sugar is too much sugar? Even a spoon of it. Why a spoon? Even a crystal of sugar is excess because the body does not require table sugar or sucrose or fructose in any form for any body functions. And as I have often mentioned in my earlier videos, that human beings survived without this crystalline form of sugar for thousands of years. So we don't need sucrose, the table sugar, or fructose in any form for any function.
Oh, it was quite interesting to know this. I am sure the viewers will also feel the same. Coming to the next question, if we completely quit sugar, then what are the chances of developing low blood sugar, that is hypoglycemia?
Well, the answer to this is no. If you are healthy and if you quit sugar, you won't feel any hypoglycemia. You might feel cravings for a while. However, the reason for this is our body knows how to convert other digested foods into glucose. So when we eat carbohydrates, the body metabolizes carbohydrates into the lesser sugars, that is glucose. And even if we deprive our body of carbohydrates, the body knows how to convert the fats and proteins also into glucose and utilize for energy purpose. So the answer is no. If we quit sugar, we won't feel hypoglycemic.
This answer was quite informative. Now, coming to the next question. The next question is quite interesting. That is, what is your take on consuming traditional sweets which are prepared on festivals?
Traditionally made sweets could also contain a lot of sugar or jaggery. And if we remember, in old times, uh, such sweets were made very occasionally, maybe only on the festive occasions, and that too not in such a big quantity. Now, because of the availability of all resources and because of also the availability of these traditional sweets in a corner shop, they are consumed a lot more frequently. Now, another interesting thing is in some of the processed foods, we see the sugar content on label. However, a lot of traditional foods which are packed and given to us, they don't even have labels. So we can't come to know how much sugar we are consuming when we consume, say, pedas or burfis or jalebis. So I don't really suggest that traditionally made sweets are safe or preferred choices over the processed and marketed foods.
This is really good. How can we substitute infant formula containing sugar with something which is sugar free?
Well, we must first understand that there is no real alternative to breastfeeding. A lot of formulae are available in the market, and in one of our studies we found out that most of them, more than 90% of them, had excess sugar than the quantity recommended by the World Health Organization. So which one to select is really a tough question to answer. If we must select one, then we must look at the sugar content on the label, and those with very little content must be selected. However, I don't really suggest that formulae or bovine milk should be continued for long. In fact, not only the formulae but also the complementary and weaning foods that are available in the market, they have excess sugar. So I would really give a 3-point advice. Number 1, breastfeed as much as possible and as long as possible. 2, introduce sugar as late as possible. And 3, use home cooked foods with a lot of variety and of different textures.
Wow, that was quite informative. Coming to the next question, is ORS or Glucon-D unhealthy?
Okay, glucose solution or oral rehydration solution. See, these are for therapeutic purposes. For example, if an athlete falls on the ground because of hypoglycemia, yes, he needs a glucose solution. Okay, or if a child is suffering from diarrhea and has acute loss of fluids and electrolytes, then he needs rehydration and he needs quick energy. That's why oral rehydration solution is recommended. But to prevent hypoglycemia, having glucose is not a good idea. In fact, it's a bad idea. As I mentioned earlier, the body knows how to derive glucose for energy purpose from other food sources, other digested products. So overloading the body with glucose syrup or some sugary foods and beverages is not at all recommended, because in fact it compromises body systems. For example, there will be more need of insulin in our body to transport these sugars across the cells. Also, the liver has to work harder to store the excess glucose in some form. And in fact, as a result of such an excessive overload, the body systems they get affected.
Thank you, sir, for this amazing and informative question and answer sessions. And I hope our viewers will get some basic knowledge about the ill effects of sugar. Thank you.